Hello, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to discuss with you about the different sizes for the Chanel Classic Flap Bag. The two most common and popular sizes will be the Classic Flap in the medium size as well as the jumbo size. So for the Classic medium flap, in the medium size, I have it in caviar leather and gold hardware. And for the jumbo size, I have in caviar leather and silver hardware. So I'm going to discuss with you what are the considerations you should think about before you make the purchase. So as for the size, okay, obviously the two different, the most different, the main difference between them is the difference in the sizes. Okay, so I'll compare them side by side, the medium double flap as well as the jumbo double flap. Okay, I will talk about the single and the double flap in a short while. Okay, for the medium sized, okay, let me get my measuring tape. The sides measure about 3 inches, and if you include the flap is about 4 inches. And okay, the size of the jumbo is actually 3.5, and if you include the flap itself, it's about 5 inches. Okay, as for the height, this one measures 7.5 inches in height, and this one measures 6 inches in height. Okay, so as for the width itself, okay, this one is about 10.5 inches across. Okay, not sure whether you can see that, 10.5 inches. And for the jumbo, it is jumbo, it is 12.5 inches across. Okay, so the main difference, of course, is the size in these two. The most popular size is the jumbo sized, but the medium flap also has its own share of the fans. Okay, so now after talking about the size, we talk about the prices. Okay, every year the classic flap will increase in price. So if you were to get it a few years ago, it is definitely cheaper than what you're paying for right now, unless you are buying from the reseller or a used bag. Okay, so for the medium flap, I paid more than the jumbo flap because I got the jumbo first, then after that I got the medium flap much later. So for the jumbo, if I'm not wrong, it retails about in Singapore is about $7,000 to $8,000, and for the medium flap it is close to seven close to 8,000. So the price difference is not a lot, maybe 1,000 plus, but you get a much bigger bag for the jumbo, whereas the medium you get a smaller size. Okay, in terms of usage, okay, generally most people will, if you are a big bag person, definitely the jumbo will fit you, or you can consider a larger size, the maxi. But maxi can be quite heavy if you load it with a lot of things. So I would still stick to the jumbo size if you carry a lot of things. If you are thinking of more events or evenings or dinners, then the medium size is more practical because it's lighter and it's smaller. Okay, there is also another, the mini flap. The mini flap is more practical in a way because I use it more often compared to the medium and the jumbo size, which is more for work. Okay, and then we talk about the hardware. Okay, initially I thought the silver hardware looks very nice for the caviar leather, but subsequently I find that gold hardware actually matches the Chanel flap better. So if you are younger, more trendy, you might want to consider the silver hardware. But if let's say you want something that is more sophisticated, the gold hardware is definitely a much better choice, because the gold hardware's flaps are more sought after. But interestingly, there is some debate that currently the gold hardware for Chanel flaps is not as rich as the vintage pieces. Okay, I happen to have a vintage gold hardware, so I can compare to you in subsequent videos. The gold in the vintage pieces, according to the people on the forums, they said that Purse Forum, the vintage gold pieces are 24 gold plated. I'm not too sure about that, but definitely it looks more shiny and more yellowish compared to the current gold hardware that Chanel is producing. Okay, now we talk about the skin. Okay, I only collect Chanel pieces in caviar leather because caviar is basically scratch proofed. I've seen lambskin pieces. They are nice to feel and buttery, but they don't seem to withstand daily wear. So, and they don't age very well, lambskin. I find that it softens out and it loses its shape more easily. So I prefer the caviar leather, but that is only my own opinion. Okay, so caviar leather is definitely more durable. Okay, and okay, now we talk about the single and double flap. Okay, nowadays the classic flap only comes in double flap bags, but the double flap bags, even for the same size, you can't fit in a lot of things, although it maintains the structure of the bag very well. Okay, I happen to have a single flap, but it is slightly different in design. Okay, this is a vintage piece. Okay, yeah, I was talking about the gold hardware. So compared the gold hardware for these two pieces, okay, this vintage piece I got it from a reseller. Okay, this one is a vintage diner flap. It is in the medium size, but it can fit a lot more things compared to the double flap. So you'll be surprised. Okay, I put them side by side, and although they were saying that the double flap actually retains the shape better, I find that a medium flap of caviar leather retains the shape equally as well. So you can compare the sides. Okay, and caviar leather definitely ages better. Okay, you can see this is a beige caviar. Although it looks a little bit dull, but overall it is still a very beautiful piece, even though it is from the 1990s, if I'm not wrong. The owner has this for a very long time. Okay, and this is the air pillows inside. So you can see that it's actually very roomy, and I can fit in a lot of things with the single flap. So it's just a pity that they are not producing single flaps for the classic range anymore, but you can get the seasonal pieces in single flaps, like the boy flaps. But one thing I don't like about the boy flap is that the interior is made of cloth. So that is one of the considerations. If you're looking at vintage pieces, you might want to consider getting one that is leather interior, that is easier to maintain, and cloth interior somehow I find that it stains more easily, but it is the good point about cloth interior is that it's scratch proofed. Okay, so as you can see, the interior is quite well maintained and cleaned. Okay, this is very commonly found in vintage pieces. Okay, so it can fit my Chanel wallet very easily. I had no problem putting it in. and closing. Okay, so it's a really very practical bag. But let me show you the double flap. I have problem loading in my wallet. Okay, so this, I put it aside first. So this is the same size in medium. Let me show you. Okay, so the felt is still there. Usually I keep my bags with felt. Okay, and yes, okay, you can custom made a felt protector for your zipper, because this part tends to leave an imprint here. Okay, so this is the burgundy interior. Okay, so I can't force in my wallet. I don't like to keep long wallets, but I don't think a long wallet may fit in as well. So you can see that it's quite a squeezed to put in the Chanel wallet. Okay, so I will not force it in. Okay, let me show you whether I can fit in the same wallet in the jumbo size. Okay, so this is the jumbo flap. Okay, so it is more roomy inside, but still squeezed to fit in. I can fit in the wallet in the jumbo size. So if you have a short wallet, I think the jumbo size would be a much better choice for you. And it holds more things, but it is definitely more heavy compared to the medium sized. Medium size is very lightweight. But if you're thinking of going casual, then the mini flap is a much better choice. But mini flap is seasonal pieces, and you can't really find it in caviar leather unless you look for it very hard, or you try the reseller market for it to look for caviar leather in mini flap. And black caviar leather in mini flap is very difficult to find. I've been looking for it. I have in my previous video, I have a mini flap in the caviar leather, but it's in navy blue and chevron coating. So okay, so I hope you've enjoyed my video, and I hope that I have given you some thought about choosing between a medium as well as a jumbo flap. Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe. Bye.